I am getting ready to start making our fall splits. Be maybe some this coming weekend. Mainly starting the weekend after, which will be the second weekend of June, and we'll make fall splits all the way through the first week or so of August, which will be overwintered above double screen boards over stronger colonies. So I'm going to start grafting for those splits this week. I'm not going to split really heavy, kind of slow down as much as possible, and kind of spread these splits out between now and first week of August. So I'm just going to make some small amounts of grafts. I'll start out today with a 5-frame queenless hive. I'll make that up today and graft into it. This is Tuesday. I'll graft into that probably on Thursday. I like to make up my queenless hives, my starter hives, a week ahead of time. That because I move a 5 frames of cap brood into a 5-frame nuc and then shake a bunch of nurse bees in it. That allows a lot of those, big majority of that cap brood to emerge out before I graft. It works better for your first time making a graft in that box if a lot of those have emerged. But we're gonna go ahead and get started with it this week. But I want to show you how I make up my 5-frame starter nucs. I've got 4 5-frame nucs here that was left over from grafting earlier through the springtime. I stopped 3 or 4 weeks ago grafting and moved a couple of them that was queen right out. Got these 4 left that's not queen right. I'm gonna use these. They got bees still in them. I don't know if they may be laying workers by now. We'll see. If they are laying workers, I'll just pull all these frames out and stack them up in the shade over there against the beehive, and shake all the bees out of here somewhere else, and put these frames with the laying workers into another queen right colony in place of the brood frames that I pull out of those colonies, and that way I'll get rid of the laying workers. But if they're not laying workers, I'll shake the bees off of them, leave them in here. They really don't have enough bees left in them to really make any difference, but I don't see anything laid in these yet, so these will be good. Won't have to worry about shaking all the bees out anyway. Got some good food frames left in them to start with, so that'll be good. The only thing you'd have to worry about in this situation, which I got queen excluders stapled over the front of these entrances to keep virgins out, so they shouldn't be able to become queen right. When I was trying to get them queen right, I just left cracks in the top to allow the virgin to fly in and out, but they've been closed up now. So these are good. I'll leave a frame of food in them probably. Depends on what the brood frames have on them that I pull out. So I think what I'll do, since usually I would start out with 5 frames of brood, cap brood in here. But being I'm gonna graft 2 days from now, I'm just gonna do 4, and I'll shake some extra bees in to make up the difference, because I've got to leave room to put my graft frame in 2 days. If I put 5 frames of brood in here, they're not gonna be emerged out in 2 days. So I'm gonna have to pull one of those frames of brood out and do something with it. So I'll just leave 4 frames of brood and empty. I got a undrawn out drone frame I'll stick in the middle for now. Just pull it out. I'll stick my graft frame right there in the middle in a couple of days. I pull these frames out, shake the bees off, pull these frames out, and stick them in the hives to to replace the empty slot as I pull frames of brood out. This is a split that was made on top of a double screen board, and it's queenless. I think what I'm going to do, instead of using a 5-frame nook, I'm going to use a 10-frame box to set up my starter. I'm not going to finish them in a different hive. I'm going to use this as a finisher and starter. If I get enough frames of brood and enough nurse bees in this, I'll just graft a whole frame, 45 cells, let them start and finish the cells. I'll just get this pretty good population of bees in here. May just still do 30. I'm not gonna spend the time to really get it filled up and overpopulated like you would like you'd have to do for a full 45 cell graft. So I'll just move 6 or 7 frames of capped brood and shake a good many bees off in it, and that'll be good enough to graft 30 cells at a time. If you see me using this light, here's a little tip for you. I keep a pen light in my pocket. Makes it real easy to see down in the hive, and also some of the frames that gets darker you can shine into and be able to see cells. Be able to see eggs. Alright, so I went ahead and fixed it up with 10 frames of capped brood. Shook a bunch of frames of bees in here, a lot of nurse bees in here. I'll be able to graft all the cells that I need from this. I can graft 2 full frames at a time in here. And I'll keep this going through July. Continue grafting every week. That way I'll have fresh cells ready to emerge each week as I make splits. I'll keep making splits till I get a split on top of every hive that I've got. I'll use a double screen board, make a split above every hive, and overwinter all those splits that way. Those will be very nice hives come springtime. Those are always the best honey producers. Those queens are just the perfect age for making a huge crop of honey, and least likely to swarm. So we'll make those splits starting this weekend through 1st of August until we get all of those completed.